move to Grossberg's law office. I don't think he's noticed me standing here. Maybe I should clear my throat. Jumper Joseph! Oh, you! What's wrong? You look so pensive, like an old man at the end of his days. Well, I'm not senile yet.
Isn't that right, Judy? Judy says yes.
I think I sound a little too much like the judge. But I guess it doesn't matter. Nobody sounds like themselves anyway. I was just thinking about this whole mess. Something's really bothering me. That much is clear. Examine. If I examine the place where the paintings or the pictures, yeah, okay, fine. Examine this again. Wait a second! Wasn't there a giant painting? Oh fuck! So here is a giant painting here of a fisherman.
Yeah. Sorry, he doesn't fish. Just talk to him then.
Let's talk about Mr. White. So, I paid Blue Corp a visit. Oh, I see. Mr. Grossberg, I have to admit something's been bothering me. Oh, what is it?
It's this parasite in my stomach.
And what's been bothering me is the voices of the characters seem very inconsistent. That big painting. All three of these things are interesting.
I know, that's the thing, is that you don't know what to choose.
Mr. Grossberg, sir, there's a giant painting hanging right there the other day, was there not? The one you said how you had no intention of parting with? Well, I saw it today. It is in the CEO of Blue Corp Red White's office. So, you noticed. I suppose I should have guessed you would. It is a large painting. Mr. Grossberg, I know you and Mr. White are connected somehow. Connected? At the hip? No. At the groin, I mean? I tried to
that's
make a sex
May.
pun.
She's in my sex dungeon right now.
Right now. I thought she was in the detention center.
Of course.
Oh yeah, that's what I call the detention center. My sex dungeon. Yeah, sure. Connected, you say? Yes, and now I know that he is giving you information, he is blackmailing you, your lovers!
Control F1, I want to see this.
We must, it is canon now! It's not something I claim to understand. You and Mr. White are lovers, aren't you? What? Ah, my boy. You sent that painting to him as a sign of your undying love. My boy, please, you're letting your fancies run away with you.
It's written all over your face.
Where do you get this bizarre idea?
New ship, Grossberg White.
New cannon ship. I don't understand. Oh, that's Phoenix. I don't understand how you could. That's because I'm not. We're not. Don't be ridiculous. Enough. I swallow my pride. Not anything of Mr. White's. I knew it. They are lovers. No, we are not lovers.
Oh my god, this writing is more brilliant than I remembered.
Red White is a man who makes a living through intimidation. The Blue Corp is a company that excels at finding its people's weaknesses, I'm afraid. I've been paying them for 15 years now. 15 years? All because of that TL6 incident. As you may have guessed. The man on the back of these photographs. As you suspected, I could not stand in defense of Mayor because of this. White would have destroyed me if I did. So that's the connection. I don't drop the voices when the things change. Is it hard for me to tell you this, my boy? But arresting Red White will be nigh impossible. Impossible? Why? He has information on everything. It gives him an iron grip. He owns judges, attorneys, prosecutors, police, and politicians.
But there's only one judge!
What? They are bound, unable to do harm to themselves and therefore to him. Don't look at me like that. What did you say is nothing more than the wait of many years.
Well, that's very readily apparent.
The DL6 incident. It was the DL6 incident.
Yes, we call it the Dolph Lundgren incident.
Make Dolph Lundgren.
I don't know his last name. I can't pronounce it.
It's Dolph Lundgren.
Lundgren.
Yeah, but it was a joke on At Midnight. I want to take credit for it. But it was make Dolph Lundgren, like make America great again.
Oh,
you know. Yeah. It's nothing more than the story in code the police gave the case. That was 15 years ago now. I received a request from a medium, a spirit medium. Her name was Misty Faye. Faye, indeed. She was his mother. She had been investigating a murder at the bequest of the police. And she failed. As a result, the police called her a fraud. This was what Maya was talking about the other day. I did all I could for her. I did the end, cleared her wrongdoing. The murder case, however, remains unsolved to this day. The case is the DL6 incident. Yes, reasons for blackmail. But why were you blackmailed over this? Why were you blackmailed over this, Mr. Grossberg?
But that would require me telling you you might blackmail. That defeats the purpose of blackmail.
What? The DL6 was the top secret at the time. It sensed that the police didn't want to know that they were using a medium. They couldn't let people know. But one person found out. I told him. You told White? He offered me riches. It is an embarrassment to me now, but I talked to the police. Were mocked far and wide. In secret, he began looking for the one who sold them out. Of course, White had heard it, and he came to me. Only this time the offer was blackmail. I see. White controls the law of this country as he sees fit. Yet, you would still challenge him? I have lost look at Mia's office. What? Hold on. Have a close look at Mia's office.
Here's something that always irritated me about this game. And now that I understand the translation, I know a little more why. They always refer to the country as one massive unified force when it comes to legal operation. And having a family in the legal profession and, being involved in that kind of stuff myself, I know for a fact that the law differs from state to state on a pretty significant basis. I mean, every single... It's just... So that's why it always kind of rubbed me the wrong way whenever they said, oh, he controls the law of this country. I'm like, how does he have that many connections? Do you understand how many lawyers and judges there are in this goddamn country?
I couldn't imagine it would be different from that in Japan. He's probably just
It's more condensed in Japan. That's, I think, a little bit different when it comes to the way society is actually laid out. Considering Japan is almost all massive cities or very rural areas. There's very little in between.
Yeah.
I don't know why the translators decided to go with country and not state. It just kind of rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, that's weird.
Because like later they talk about in some of the games how there's like universal gun laws. And I'm like, that's true in Japan, and it's actually true in California, which is why it actually kind of fits in its setting. But it's nowhere near true for the rest of the country. I mean, I can go out and buy an M16 right now, or an AR-15, I guess, and I could get it with 2-3 weeks, something like that. Maybe. It depends how long the background check goes through. But I could go buy it. It's completely legal.
Yeah, you can't do that in California. I don't think they sell assault weapons. They might.
You just gotta know the right people.
Yeah.
Ask Grossberg, he knows the right people.
Yeah. You may have recorded something of what you found. I asked you before, but why did you refuse her request? I think I have a right to know. Right, Mr. Wright. No, I'm sorry. It's just, I need more time to think about it, my boy. He does seem troubled about something. I'm starting to have a feeling I know what this is.
I got a feeling.
So, you came to see the trial? Yes, I did. Something was bothering me all last night. You see, I couldn't get a wink of sleep. Really? What was that? Well, you see, it's just me and his sister, the poor girl.
She's so attractive, I couldn't see her go. She's 16! Oh.
Well, you'll never take me alive! I don't know how I would have done if things had gone poorly for the girl.
Yeah, really, usually you should read that like from top to bottom, not bottom to top. But okay, it works. Present the photograph.
Look at this photograph. Sorry I borrowed this. So it was you, my boy.
Maybe I should stop letting people into my office just off the street.
Who is this man? Oh, it's a long story.
Like literally, can anyone just walk in here?
Probably.
It is LA.
That's how he got the painting. He just took it off the wall, carried it out. He doesn't want to talk for some reason. I'd better give him back the photograph. Or return more photograph to Mr. Grossberg. I probably shouldn't have done that.
You're fine. Okay, back up. See if there's any options and talk. If not, go back to the office. Okay, back to the office.
It's funny looking at this room. It seems so normal. Hard to imagine a murder took place here. Mr. Grossberg said there would be clues. Maybe I should have another look.
Now examine the files. That's the desk.
No clues here. Go fuck yourself.
All the cases of the chief ever worked on are filed here. They are in alphabetical order. Let's take a look.
Which files should I look at? It's D, right? It was in D, right?
Possibly. Phoenix, go jump out the window.
No! Bad Phoenix! Bad Phoenix, right. That's strike one from the pun police. A, B, F. That's... Take a look. Of course, read it.
I mean, she's dead. It's not like I'm gonna step on anyone's toes here.
I've tarnished the fake name. I'm leaving only these words. My mother vanished.
She was a magician.
I'm determined. to find the ones who had made my mother blame herself in this way. Using the ESP that runs in my family, I held an audience with the dead. Finally, the names of 2 men surfaced. One was Marvin Grossberg, a lawyer who sold my mother's information to her, and the other was a man who sold the information to the press. This parasite who makes his fortune on the threats and coercion. His name is... the record stops there. So, me and new Grossberg. Oh, goddamn.
I wonder if it was written like in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where it's like, he's actually... He took the time to write out... Okay, so it wasn't DL6. I think it would be under white then.
I know, W. White. Huh! The entire W section is missing. Was it taken?
I don't know who you are, but I will find you, and I will kill you.
And I will kill you.
There's only that one other place to look.
J through S. Nothing much in here.
Skim.
Sure, where the fuck not? I'll skim. I don't know how I'm living through a bit, I guess. It's suicide. Suicide. It's called release me. There's writing on most of these in pencil. Right. That's Mia's handwriting. Wait, I get it. Mia thought he was involved in these suicides. Why drove them all to...
By the sewer he lived, by the sewer he died. Some say it was murder, but instead it was suicide. Is that enough for Pun Strike 2?
Yes, that is enough for Pun Strike 2. It's added to the court record.
Alright, now we need to go to, Red White. Go punch
Oops.
him.
Nope.
Go punch Red
Nope.
White in the
Nope.
dick.
Yes. Punch him in the dick! Go back to Blue Corp. Oh, well, aren't you persistent?
Well, that's what Miss May said.
Sorry, but here's something I have to ask you. Oh, sorry, there's something I have to ask you. Mr. Lawyer! I really hate having to repeat myself, but it seems the message has not been, has not yet penetrated your thick skull. Stop bothering me! If you try my patience further, I fear a nasty accident may occur.
Good thing I'm wearing this
wiretap. Do I make myself
wiretap.
clear? They're transparent. Yeah, what does he have to say for himself? The night of the murder. This guy's a pro at pulling the wool over people's eyes. I've got to pull him. I've got to put him on the spot quickly. Stop that! Your hot gaze is giving me goosebumps. Blackmail. Someone crooked a straight question. I need to have evidence that I can use his ammo. That's wrong. If there's something stuck on my face, yeah, it's a shiny fucking thing. It's glinting at me. It's
your fucking teeth. That's like not natural. Says I with my 2 front buck teeth.
Why? Yes. Shit. Why? Yes. There's my eyes and nose and my mouth. That shouldn't have been the hardest sentence to read.
Here's my wait.
But of course, I jest. You need not refrain your mirth, my friend.
This guy is the ultimate douche nozzle.
Yes. It's okay to indulge in my cosmopolitan sense of humor. I will not think less of you. think we're passing to talk about April May. I've got to put this guy on the spot and quick. Yeah, whatever. Okay, fine. I guess I'll present the evidence. Should I present the evidence, though? Shouldn't I wait until he's on the fucking trial thing? Because, I mean, couldn't he just punch me in the face again and just take the evidence away?
I think that's what's going to happen.
So I shouldn't present it to him.
But you have to. It's but thou must.
God damn it.
You forget, first and foremost, Phoenix Wright is still a visual novel.
Yeah.
Not to mention, Phoenix is kind of an idiot in his first few runs.
I guess. This is the only clue Mia left me. I better make this count. Mr. White, see this? An article describing the suicide of a politician. He was embezzling secret government funds, and one day, the word got leaked to the press. The very next day, he took his own life. And this concerns me how? Found this article in Mia's office. Miss Mia. She had a file filled with articles like this. Every one of them was labeled with a single word. White. Mr. White, I know what you did to this politician.
You were lovers!
That should always be an option. That should always be an option.
Man, no, he blackmailed him. I mean...
No, what? Yeah, no, I know.
Like, you shouldn't
He probably did all three. But,
yeah.
The blackmail is the relevant one. Blackmail? Not just him either. You were threatening and coercing hundreds of others.
Not to mention you did it to me. Directly. To my face.
Yes, from your fist to my face. Directly.
By blackmail, I mean black eye.
This company is built on blackmail. I'm right, aren't I? What a bizarre accusation, Mr. Wrong.
No, it's Mr. Wright, not Mr. Wong.
What is it that you should be doing now? Investigating me? No, I think not. I think you'd be searching for the ones who killed Miss Mia. Secretary's office, hello? Mr. Wrong will be leaving now. Yes, sir. I'll send someone right away. Wait a second, Mr. White. This is
where having a recollection of what the last conversation really was would help.
Yeah.
Shift F1. Go with wrong first. I think wrong is the.
Wait a sec. I want to figure it out. I don't want to just guess. I don't want to be like, oh, it's 50%. I want to be like, okay, I didn't know what I'm doing. So he said you'd be leaving, because he said that. Shit, I was not paying attention at all. I'll just click on you're wrong. You're wrong, Mr. White. Excuse me. What I should be doing now.
Good choice.
Is going after you. Oh yeah, because he was talking about you should be finding the killer, not investigating me.
Right.
But those two things aren't mutually exclusive. That's what are you insinuating? He was on to you. She was keeping tabs.
It's not really insinuating. It's like accusing to your face.
Yeah. For this reason, you had April May tapping her phone. Mia was murdered, and all the documents about your mysterious... All the documents about you mysteriously disappeared. So the culprit would be... Even a child could work it out, Mr. White.
In fact, most of them do.
Who did it?
This is a children's game. About murder. I guess teen game.
Secretary's office. I won't be needing an escort from Mr. Wrong. Instead, please connect me with the public prosecutor's office. Of course, sir. One moment, please. What are you... why are you calling me at a time like this? Hello, Chief Prosecutor. I've changed my mind. I want to testify tomorrow. What's this about? The Mia Fey case. I witnessed the murder, you see. And thus, as a very important witness, I would like to testify. What? Why now? I thought you said you didn't want to go to court.
Quietude.
Quietude. I told you I changed my mind, didn't I? Oh, and one other thing. Send the police over here right away. The man standing right in front of me. He looks dazed, but he could be violent. What? What man? Are you even listening? The executioner, the hatchet man, the liquidator, the killer man! What? Mr. White, this is another one of those. What? Chief Prosecutor. I do not believe you are in a position to freely offer your opinion to me, correct? I am telling you to send the police now. Did I not tell you, Mr. Ron? You're a mere lawyer, as was Miss Mia. How dare you? I point the finger at you, and you will be tried as Miss Mia's killer. The case is as good as settled. No lawyer of any worth would defend you. I have friends in the local lawyer association, you see. You'll be given a lawyer so stupendously inept that they
make you look competent.
I feel faint. Detective Gumshoe reporting, sir. Butts. Harry Butts. Right. Actually, Phoenix Wright. And my friend's name is Larry. Oh, right. Sorry, pal. Butts was that murderer, right?
I proved him innocent.
I present to you the man who killed Miss Mia Fey. What? Take this despicable human into custody.
You mean the other person on the scene of the crime wasn't taken into custody?
That is weird, wasn't it?
I mean, he's asked questions all night, but they didn't keep him for any long period of time.
Yeah. The detention center. Visitor's room. Can't believe it's only been a day since the first trial. My trial begins tomorrow. Mr. White's going to set a trap for me. The persecution. We'll be in on it, of course, Edgeworth included. An attorney was assigned to me by the state yesterday. I refused. I had an idea. Right. Mr. Wright! Wait a second, wasn't he taken into custody? Shouldn't he be on the other side of the wall?
Yeah, that's kind of the weird thing about this. I guess we're just assuming that both sides are mirrored, and this is a different one. It's a different meeting room.
There are two detention center rooms facing each other. Great. Let's get you out of detention. Just now? Yes. It's all thanks to you. Now I'm afraid we've switched places. It wouldn't appear that way, physically.
Oh, they didn't even bother to mirror the damn image. I wish they did.
Yeah.
Then again, this game was kind of experimental. It had a very tight budget.
I see. I don't believe it.
Marvin Grossberg and Red White were lovers.
How many people does that man need to destroy before he's satisfied? My mother, my sister, and now you! This has gone too far! Mr. Wright, please tell me if there's anything I could do! You could...
defend me in court. I think the last one actually is pretty funny.
But none of these have any, like, consequences.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. You could help me break out of here. Right, okay, listen up. I want you to help me break out of here. You mean a jailbreak? Yes, tonight is our only chance. Alright. Uh-huh. Oh. I better get a hacksaw. Well, the stores are still open. Oh, and a rope ladder and a getaway car. I'm kidding, it was just a joke. No way. No, really, I was kidding, but thanks. It's good to know you're on my side. And there really isn't anything you can do for me anyway.
That's bullshit. We've visited the detention center in Ace Attorney Investigations 2. And there's a lot of security holes there, buddy. Continue.
I've got to give that man a piece of my mind. A piece? You should give him a piece of this clock. Yeah, I'll be there. I'll show them a thing or two. This is the beginning of a new century. Yeah, with crime, it's the same old story. In fact, that's gotten worse. Lengthy court proceedings are no longer realistic. Beginning a few years ago, a limit of 3 days was put on initial court trials? What? Almost all finish in a day, most with a guilty verdict. I thought it would end up in the defendant's chair myself. Tomorrow, the true culprit appears as a witness. That's it. It's me or him. To be continued.
All right, one more chapter before we finish up with this this turnabout.
Should we take a short break?
Yeah, just leave everything still recording, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. It means no, Prende means he understands, right?
I don't know Spanish. I'm learning goddamn Japanese.
I see. Well, they're basically the same thing.
What?
I'm joking.
Yeah, I'll go eat my traditional Mexican sushi.
The victim was attacked, but you ran to the left. What?